Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, let's talk about an immigration program which not a lot of people are talking about. But if you are someone who has lost all hopes with the PNP programs and the express entry because of high CRS scores, then you may want to consider this program as it can help you fulfill your Canadian dream with quick processing times. My name is NISHANT and now let's get started. We are talking about starting a new business or buying an existing one. There are many business-related immigration programs available, but today we are specifically going to talk about Alberta Rural Entrepreneur stream. And rural doesn't necessarily mean an underdeveloped village. In fact, AAIP, that is Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, defines Alberta rural communities as any community which has a population of less than 100,000 and which are outside the Calgary and Edmonton metropolitan area. And usually these are very charming small towns with picturesque countryside views. There are approximately 54 such participating communities for this particular program, so I've left a link in the description box below for the entire list. The way it works is that you either start a new business or purchase an existing business in any of these 54 participating communities. And if your application gets approved, then you apply for your work permit, you come to Canada and you establish your business. And after running it for at least 1 year, you submit a business progress report to the government, and based on that, you get your PNP nomination and eventually your PR. This was just an overview of the process, but we will discuss that in detail further in the video. But before we get into the nitty-gritties of the process, let's first understand the eligibility criteria. So number one, you need to have either a minimum of 3 years of experience as an active business owner or a business manager. But if you are not into business at present, then you need to have at least 4 years of experience at a senior managerial level at your job in the last 10 years. But if you have more experience than just the minimum requirement, then you will get some additional points for that, as you can see on the screen. Similarly, for education, the minimum requirement is just for a high school diploma, which is basically your 12th grade. But if you have at least a bachelor's degree, then you get more than double the points for your education. You also need to meet a minimum English language requirement, which is just CLB 4. But if you have at least a CLB 6 or more, then you get extra points for that too. And I think CLB 6 is also not a very high score and it's pretty achievable with a little practice. Now, because in this program you are actually running a business, hence you need to show a minimum net worth of 300,000 Canadian dollars, which is approximately 2 crore Indian rupees. And you can actually combine your spouse's net worth to come up with this figure. Along with net worth, you also need to meet a minimum investment requirement of 100,000 Canadian dollars. But again, if your net worth is more than just the minimum requirement and you can actually invest more than $100,000 as well, then you will get a lot of extra points for that too, as you can see on the screen. Other than that, if you are starting a new business, then you need to have a minimum of 51% ownership of that business, and your other business partner should be a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. But if you are buying or taking over an existing business in one of these rural communities, then you need to have the entire 100% ownership of that business. You also need to ensure that you create at least one full-time job for a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident in the first year of the business. And that person should not be your relative. But again, if you create 5 or more jobs, then you get the maximum points for this category. And last but not the least, you need to have a supporting letter from that participating community where you want to establish your business. Though we have already discussed a few things that can help you get additional points, but other than that, there are a couple of more things that can help you increase your points even further. And that is, if your age is between 21 and 49 years, your spouse also meets the minimum language and educational requirements, and if you have a relative already living in Alberta as a Canadian citizen or a permanent resident. And here, relative doesn't mean an aunt, uncle, or a cousin. It should be an immediate family member like your mother, father, sibling, spouse, or a common law partner. And now, before we jump onto the process, let's quickly discuss the most important eligibility criteria, and that is that your business should not be in the ineligible business list. Ineligible businesses are the ones which does not add any economic value, such as providing payday loans and trading in used products, or businesses which are considered passive investment, such as rental property, investment property, car wash operations, laundry mats, or even being an insurance broker or a real estate broker, is not considered being an eligible business owner as per this particular program. Other than that, businesses which are seasonal or businesses that deals with production and sale of sexually explicit products are also ineligible. Now let's talk about the steps you need to follow to apply for this program. Number 1, research. Basically doing a thorough study and research on what kind of business you would like to run. Does that business has a market demand in that community? Or do you already possess relevant skills and experience to run that business, etc. Second, exploratory visit. Now this is something that's not just a good to have, but in fact a requirement, because while applying for this program, you will be required to submit your exploratory visit report, explaining which community did you explore, whom did you meet there, what did you learn about that community, and why do you think that this particular community is a good fit for you to run your business, etc. Hence, it is recommended that you physically visit these communities and do a hands-on research in order to make a comprehensive report. Third, getting the community support letter. So now that you have identified the business you want to run and also the community where you want to establish your business, the next step would be to get the supporting letter from that particular community. And for that, you need to visit the community's website, get in touch with the designated person for this program from that community, and share your business proposal with them. And if they think that this business will add economic value to their community, then they will provide you a support letter. Fourth, submitting your expression of interest to the Alberta government. Now this is the step where we are moving from the community level to the provincial level. And through our EOI, we are basically sharing our profile and letting the Alberta government know the kind of business we would like to run in one of the participating communities. And you submit this EOI through AAIP's online portal, and AAIP will review and score your EOI within a month. And based on these scores and ranking, Alberta government may request you to officially put a business application now. And that is what the step number 5 is, to put your business application forward. It is basically a more detailed application as compared to your EOI. You will be provided a document checklist, which you have to ensure that you are submitting all the required documents as per the checklist, along with your complete business application package. And you also have to pay a non-refundable fee of 3,500 Canadian dollars. But if you miss any of the documents from the checklist, then your application will be denied and you will have to submit a new EOI altogether. Sixth, assessment of your application. So now once you have submitted your business application and paid the non-refundable fee of 3,500 Canadian dollars, AAIP will assess your application against the eligibility criteria. An AAIP officer may reach out to you through email or phone if they require any additional information to assess your file properly. The next step is signing a business performance agreement. So if AAIP approves your business application in the previous step, then they will send you a business performance agreement for your review and signature. A business performance agreement is basically a legal document in which you are providing your commitment to the Alberta government that you will be running a particular type of business in a particular participating community for at least a particular time period, generating at least a particular number of jobs, etc. This agreement is basically based on the information that you yourself have provided in your business application. Step 8 is applying for your work permit. So once all the parties, that is you and the province, have signed the business performance agreement, then AAIP will provide you the signed copy of the agreement, a business application approval letter, and also a letter of support. And this letter of support will help you to apply for your work permit with IRCC. So at this step, we are actually moving from provincial level to the federal level. The next step would be that after your work permit is approved, you will come to Canada, you will establish your business, and you will start running your business for at least 1 year. And then step number 10 would be to submit your business progress report. So now after running your business for at least 12 months, you will be required to submit a final business progress report to the province, showcasing them that you met the requirements set in the business performance agreement. And this report will be used to assess your nomination, in fact, assess your eligibility for the PNP nomination. And that brings us to the final step, that is getting your PNP nomination from the province of Alberta, which will help you to apply for your PR with IRCC. But just make sure that through this entire process of getting your nomination and eventually getting your PR, you keep running your business successfully. So that's all you need to know about the Alberta's Rural Entrepreneur stream. As I said before, if there is no other immigration program that's working out for you and you think that you would have the minimum required net worth, then this program could be your golden ticket to Canada. And you never know, by next year you might be running a successful business in one of Alberta's beautiful small towns. So if you found this video helpful, then please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in our next video. Till then, take care and stay safe.